With Mother's Day right around the corner, it's hard to think what should I get for my mom? What's the great ideal gift? And that's a difficult thing depending on who your mother is, because everyone has different preferences. Everyone, there's tons of gifts out there that you could get. But perfume is pretty much an all-around plus, bonus, because most people enjoy perfume. I have not come across a person yet who has said, I hate perfume. So, chances are, if you want to get a gift for Mother's Day, perfume is a good choice. And there are a variety of options, perfume options that you can get. Of course, it's better to first know the preferences of the person you're buying the gift for, but if you don't want to be obvious that you're buying someone a gift, there's a few options that are overall well liked by 99% of the population. So I'll start with the one that I know is well liked by pretty much everyone, Chanel No. 5. Every woman I have come across likes this. So the thing about Chanel No. 5 is that it's extremely classic, came out in 1921, and Chanel has been producing it consistently ever since. For a good reason. It's an extremely luxurious and classy, elegant fragrance for women of all ages. And it's primarily a really delicious floral fragrance mixed with civet notes, musk, book moss, amber, and some sandalwood. So you get these really nice light florals contrasted with these warmer notes in the base notes. And it's pretty long lasting, a very impressive fragrance overall. Feminine, but not too light and fruity or too sweet. Like I said, very classic, so a very good overall choice if you really can't think of, what you should get. So then, kind of in the same vein, is this is a sample, but actual bottle's much bigger. This is Le Temps by Nina Ricci. This is similar in some ways to Chanel No. 5 in that it is a floral fragrance with aldehydes, which make it more crisp and light. And then it's also contrasted with some very prominent warmer notes, kind of in the base notes. Some wood notes, some amber, very, very pleasant. This is a very warm fragrance. I would say even warmer than Chanel No. 5, but still has that light, elegant femininity to it. It's also another very, it came out in 1948, so it is that classic style sort of perfume. And it's one of my personal favorites because of that unique warmth that it has. It also has some lang lang, which is very, very pleasant. And it's also long lasting. It'll probably last around 7 hours. Maybe longer if you put on extra. But this is another very agreeable, very well-rounded sort of gift. Then for something a bit more modern, this Red Door, very, very classic. I think this came out in the 90s. This is more of a pure floral perfume. There's a huge list of florals. There's also honey notes and a little bit of musk, but it's not too noticeable. You're mostly going to get the florals. And there's also a little bit of powderiness, which kind of makes it feel lighter and a little bit sharper. It doesn't have the warmth of Chanel No. 5 or Le Temps. This is more of a light, crisp sort of thing. So definitely a good choice. Still very feminine, a little bit more on the modern side, since it has come out in the last 30 decades rather than the last 100 or 90, whatever. So the next one, which is both modern and vintage, depending on what you have. This is Miss Dior. This originally came out in 1947, but it's been reformulated countless times since then. The one that I have is from 2021, and then there's also different variations like Blooming Bouquet and things like that. In general, Miss Dior is a super floral sort of fragrance, very much like Red Door, but the difference is that the florals in Miss Dior are also mixed with some fruity notes, which make it feel a little bit juicier, a bit sweeter, has more body, and it's not powdery like Red Door. So a little bit different, but similar in some important ways. And Miss Dior has long been the staple of femininity, of elegance, and it's been around for a long time for a good reason, because it's a very high quality fragrance, and it's also an extremely agreeable fragrance. Similar to Chanel No. 5, you won't find many people who dislike it because it's so well crafted and has so many great notes. Then the last one that I have is Youth Dew by Estee Lauder. This is another one of my favorites, but it's not for everyone. This is more of a niche sort of option. Super spicy, incensey, amber, heavy fragrance. And for that reason, it's not for everyone. But if you know that the person you want to give perfume to, if you know that they really enjoy those heavy, spicy, incensey fragrances, this is a really good option because that's full-on, super powerful spice. Mainly cinnamon, cloves, and some amber notes, and then also a surprising amount of florals that kind of blend in and make sure that it's heavy, but it's not too heavy. And I really like the way it evolves on the skin over time. It starts out really strong, but then it kind of smooths out into this very delicious, almost kind of bourbon style, rosy, slightly sweet, spicy sort of concoction. So very interesting fragrance, very strong, very long lasting. It'll last all day, no problem. Even with just a few spritzes, it'll last a very long time. So that's the main list that I have for the top options for Mother's Day. Between these 5 fragrances, you're bound to find one that is a winner. So that's pretty much all I have to say about these fragrances. If you like the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe. And I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.